stacking so much bleeding on it. Is that just because we're using it for carryover? That's probably why. Either that or proto flitter is what I'm thinking.
Your blood smells.
Okay.
Sweet.
So they're going card down. And we've got carryover.
They're surprisingly clean creatures, as it happens.
Right. And what happens? You go up by 2. Still not enough. That's why you gotta watch the points, guys. You have to watch points. Oh, 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 oh. Oh no. What do you guys reckon? Instant forfeit? Oh no. Oh no. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another deck guide. For today I've put together a monsters list for you. The leader ability that we're going to be using is Force of Nature. The order allows you to spawn and play Woodland Spirit, this token unit that you see here. We are looking to use our leader ability when committing the double Koshi strategy that we are going for, which would be either when you're going to 2-0 the opponent, so it could be in round 2 or in a short round 3. So basically you're going to spawn this after your second Koshi is down on the board for that extra thrive value. The stratagem that we're running is Crystal Skull. It allows you to boost an allied unit by 4 and give it Veil. The target for Crystal Skull will be the Wild Hunt Hounds preferably. Keeps them out of removal range, keeps them ticking away. Can prevent them from getting locked too. And it's also pretty good to use on the Witch Apprentice. So this deck has a Thrive emphasis to it, obviously because we're playing Koshis in here. And really the idea, I would say, is we want to pretty much 2-0 the opponents we versed. I think that's the best way to play this list. And honestly, it plays pretty good and feels pretty strong, so it can definitely win you a good number of matches. So what I'm going to do is run you through this list bottom up and explain how to best play each card in this list and when to play it during a match. So to fit with the Thrive theme that we have, I have 2 lots of Neckers in this deck. When you play the Necker, you just get another copy of it spawned right next to it. And the idea is that into any round that you're playing, you always play Neckers first, because obviously the more high powered unit you play, these will get subsequent boosts. So nice Thrive unit for us. Play them round 1, it's pretty nice to do that, and subsequent rounds. Wild Hunt Hounds, they require Dominance in order to keep boosting themselves by 1. Dominance is pretty good for us and easy to achieve because we're playing Mamuna, Imlerith, Spear Tip, and She Who Knows, to name a few. So Wild Hunt Hound is good when we're going first round 1. It gives us some nice passive points, and you can use the other whenever you like, really. Because we're playing Sleeping Spear Tip, we really want to get that thinning out of the way. I find sometimes he may get locked, so Pella's pretty good to have in this deck. Even She Who Knows may get locked, and we've got a few other engines, so Pella's pretty good in this list. Use him to purify any of your important units which get locked, or to purify a resilience unit of your opponents. We are seeing a lot of resilience units at this time. So to fit with the Thrive theme of this deck, we need more cards which can activate the Thrive of our lower powered Thrive units, which is why you see me added this card in, as well as the other bronzes that I'm going to outline. So this card's a bit conditional, because if it gets destroyed, your opponent gets 2 points basically. 2 rats get spawned in a random enemy row. But the other consideration is that you could use the Kikimor Worker, but I'd prefer Noonwraith still, because it still requires 6 points of damage, which isn't really that easy to get, I don't think. Whereas the Kikimor Worker is 3 points of damage and you can lose it right away. So you could experiment either or. So basically the idea is that these lots of bronzes you're going to be playing when you're committing Koshi, right? And you got the Andrega Lava down. just more ways to activate Koshi and Thrive of the Endrega Lava. Elder Bear, same thing. Just play this with the Koshis. It's just a way to activate more Thrive. You don't have to take it in, but like I said, it gives us more options to push further and get more value out of those cards. Another good thing to keep in mind is that having these extra copies works good with Mamuna if it gets bricked in the case of messing up our Griffin play. For some control, we have Spores in this list. It just allows you to reset the power of a unit. So obviously this works with boosted units, right? If a unit is boosted, you play Spores onto it, it'll just reset back to its original base power. Witch Apprentice feels really solid in this list because Sabbath isn't really too hard for us to get. And I just love the fact that by playing all these different engines, we offer so many threats that you know, we could really put some solid pressure on the opponent. So play the Witch Apprentices round 1, round 2. I think it would be a great time to play them. They might be a bit more awkward in short rounds. Obviously you need more points on the board. Griffin, we're not looking to deploy the Griffin at all. We're just discarding it through the use of Imlerith that you see here. Play Imlerith onto the melee row. You draw a card. We're going to discard the Griffin. That puts the Griffin in our graveyard. Imlerith gets a boost of 9 power, so it's pretty nice points. And then that later sets up Mamuna to draw the other one out from our deck. So basically always keep one Griffin in your deck. We're playing Sleeping Spear Tip. It thins out the other Spear Tip from our deck that we have. So you're always keeping this Spear Tip inside your deck. And you're playing this preferably round 1 or 2. It's pretty good to play with She Who Knows, to be honest, because you can generate an 18 base power Spear Tip and use it as carryover. So it can get pretty wild, the value you get out of this card. I think it's nice to use round 1. Osrul's just going to be consuming Spear Tip, played on the ranged row, and gives us some nice points and a nice way to activate the Koshis and all the Thrive we have. Ring of Favor, it's a really solid card at this time, and it works fantastic for decks which rely on round control, I feel. So that works great for us because we really want round control, because we're not a control deck. We really want to like 2-0 the opponent or get the best cards out of them. Long round 3 is not really best for this list, I feel. So this card starts in your hand and it's basically increasing boost by 2 at the end of your turn as long as you don't use it. It also provides thinning if you don't use it and your opponent passes. So you get to draw a card. When your opponent passes, banish yourself from hand, draw a card. Imlerith is a round 1 card, I feel, at best, because, you know, old Spear Tip, Asleep, Imlerith, those are our thinning cards to give consistency to the deck. So these kinds of lists usually want to play early, so round 1 I'd suggest. Cranthir is what we're going to use to get our second copy of Koshi. So we must have Koshi in hand. When playing Cranthir for deploy, spawn a 1 power base copy of a monster unit with a provision cost of 10 or less from your hand on this row. Pretty great value for us, and as you'll see in these following matches, the points can get pretty nice. Royal Decree is just for consistency. Really what you want to use Royal Decree for is like She Who Knows, Mamuna, maybe Cranthir, and old Spear Tip, Asleep. Those are usually your targets, some important card like that if you missed it. Koshi is a Thrive unit, so we're looking to play this on Adrenaline 4, right, for optimal value. Whenever this unit's Thrive is triggered, spawn a drone in this row, but Adrenaline 4 we're getting the Endrega Lava, so that's optimal for us. This is what we're going to look to play it upon. And yeah, just a solid Thrive unit, a lot of good value. Make sure you space out both Koshis, play them on a separate row, 1 melee, 1 range, just to give yourself room. And yeah, we want to play both Koshis out at the same time, and you're going to hit leader ability to trigger them at that time. So round 2 or 3 card. For some control, we've got Heatwave in here. Can help us out against control decks if they're playing scenario cards. Also a good way to combat resilience units, or at the end of the match just use it for tall punish. This card must always remain in your deck because it's getting thinned out from the sleeping spear tip. With Mamuna, the way we play it is into round 2 or 3, and what we're looking to do is just banish the Griffin from the graveyard that Imlerith discarded, and then by doing so we do thin out the other Griffin from our deck. So the other Griffin must be in our deck for Mamuna to get that max value. But just keep in mind with Mamuna, guys, that we got a lot of different options. If for some reason the Griffin play gets bricked, you got Witch Apprentice, Elder Bear, Noonwraith, Wild Hunt Hound, and Nekker's at terrible worst case scenario. But Mamuna's a card you'd like to play like round 2 or 3. Then we've got She Who Knows here. At the end of the round, give resilience to the highest base power unit on your side of the battlefield. So this would usually be giving resilience to herself, or it could be the spear tip, which could be pretty solid at 18 base power, you could imagine. So She Who Knows is a great first round card, I believe, because like I said, the emphasis with this list is we just want to 2-0 the opponent. We want to play really aggressive, get round control, and just blast them out of the match. So we want to roast stack when playing this deck because we do have a few units with the Sabbath condition. Now that I've outlined the list, I'm going to run you through the strategy briefly. So what we're doing is round 1, you can open up with cards like Nekkers, Wild Hunt Hounds, Witch Apprentices, Imlerith discarding the Griffin, Old Spear Tip Sleep, She Who Knows, and Ring. Okay, so those are the kinds of cards you'd be playing round 1. Like I said, I'd highly recommend going for the 2-0 with this deck. So what you could do is, into round 2, you could play perhaps Mamuna, get the other Griffin out from your deck. Maybe you could play some engines that you didn't commit in round 1 yet. And then you're going to look to start thinking of playing Caranthir into Koshi first, getting the copy, then playing the original copy from hand, and then when you do that you hit leader, and then you're just going to play out all your remaining cards. Osrul, play it on range draw for a huge point swing, a lot of Thrive activation. So it's double or nothing, guys. Please share your feedback down below, and I hope you have fun playing this list. It's Blood Scent, guys. MO versus MO. Who will come out on top? It's the ultimate question. We must find out. Pretty good. Spores is probably going to be good round 1 against Fletters. Yeah, maybe we could work. Well, let me just click this. Okay. I was hoping to get She Who Knows, maybe.
Rubbish.
Wow.
This one has the life force of a cockroach.
Interesting. Wants to purify. Okay. What you gonna do? Yep. What you gonna do, my friend? And do I play She Who Knows now early?
Rise, my daughters, born of my blood.
We're expecting to see Fletter. Are they devotion? What kind of a list are they? So we can use spores or ring to boost up She Who Knows, but the spear tip's going to get the carryover anyway in this case. So let's focus on keeping She Who Knows alive, but I mean the spear tip's really the goal for the carryover. Wow, we're already seeing that? Is this devotion? Yes, it is devotion. So they're gonna go proto-flitter onto that. Still got ring. Maybe they attempt to replay that too, so Heatwave could be good. Yeah, they're stacking they're stacking all the bleeding possible onto that. I mean, that's like 20 points. I might pass. What happens if I pass? It's a bit of points too. I want to see what they do. I want to see what happens. Stacking so much bleeding on it. Is that just because we're using it for carryover? That's probably why. Either that or proto-flitter is what I'm thinking.
Your blood smells
Okay.
sweet.
So they're going card down. And we've got carryover.
They're surprisingly clean creatures, as it happens.
Right. And what happens? You go up by 2. Still not enough. That's why you gotta watch the points, guys. You have to watch points. Oh, 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 oh. Oh no. What do you guys reckon? Instant forfeit? Oh no. Oh no. This is a bad predicament for the opponent, I'm telling you. Yes, there it is. Yep, we knew that. That was expected. Well, I did keep spores, my friend. I did. So... So we're gonna actually have to play the Griffin, aren't we? Because we already got Spear Tip there and we've got to discard playing it on the melee. So we just kill one of the neckers, isn't it? Yeah, maybe we kill the necker that's bleeding anyway. Okay, cool. Let's go for... Well, no, we can't go for passive points value because actually they got a higher powered unit than us. Probably doing this now. Okay, yeah, so we're playing it.
You will be much happier.
It's not so bad. It had bleeding on it anyway. But this game's pretty much in the bag. It's just going to be Koshi next leader. And yeah, should be it. Should be it, my friends. Help. We could just use that to trigger Thrive still on the Entrega. And then just save control there. But yeah, anyway, we've got it.
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit.
Yep. So, what's the highest unit right now? Great, so we got She Who Knows there. We'll just play everything out. There you have it, guys. Great win for us. Alright, my friends, did I ambush? Very solid list, this one. We're gonna have to throw all our skills and tricks at them. Okay, not bad. I'm pretty happy with the hand at this point. Seems we got what we're looking for. So they could just kill these with that archer, can't they? Double kill here. If they have it in hand. But yep, we're definitely looking to 2-0 this deck. I think it's the best approach.
Weapons laugh to scorn.
Especially one of this caliber. Nice. So maybe they're going to try to attack the Neckers. Get them out of there. Good thing is that they're not playing scenario round 1. I think it would have been very difficult for us then. So maybe they missed some better cards. Yeah, there it is.
I never miss.
So, opponents should have played that first and they would have maybe dealt with this better. But anyway, they can probably still come around to it. That's what I was referring to about killing the Neckers. We could get Spear Tip for resilience, that would be pretty solid. We could go Royal Decree into a Witch Apprentice, just for some more passive points pressure. Imlerith could trigger Thrive on Neckar, we could play it a few ways.
For the Daisy of the Valley!
Thank you very much. I'm not really sure if I want to play Imlerith here as well, because it's a lot of tempo. We might want to save that to help bleed the opponent. But we can go for Sabbath now, through the use of a Flying Bacon, guys.
A witch's best friend is a pig, no doubt.
Hey, you heard it from them. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here. I'm suspecting She Who Knows would be good next, because they'd be getting ready to pass soon at this point discrepancy. And if they damage down She Who Knows, we got Ring to boost it up with. Could be risky because you're going really tall. But it's a nice way to kind of heal as well. Wow, Feign Death now. Okay.
No chance.
We ain't backing down. We're not going to back down. I'm going to play a bit aggressive here then. We're not backing down, guys. We're taking round control. We are not giving this deck any edge. No way. I think we're in a good position here because we've got some solid engines on the board. 3 points per turn's great.
Now we will see who is weak.
We're doing fantastic. I might just wait till they play out Waylay and then play She Who Knows after, just to save it from getting damaged. Oh, we're way ahead already. Ring is looking really solid for us. 16.
Elaren has shown us the way.
They really like damaging that Neckar, don't they? They've got beef with it. What are we gonna see, guys? Wow, okay, kills it. And goes for Spear Tip. Nope.
Daisy of the Valley!
Wait until you see the look on their face when we play this.
Naught can stop me, not even death.
This is a pretty good pass point for us now. I mean, we should probably play Ring onto the bear. I mean, we got it so tall here. 18. Far out. That's such good value at 8 provision. That is psycho. Yeah, it keeps playing. Wow. Really? Well, now you're going to make me think about passing on you. Because it's a bit of points. And we'll have Spear Tip as carryover. I don't know. Opponent may be doing a bit of miscalculating here. Unless they surprise me with something. Yes, they got Ring, that's why. That's fair. That makes sense. But ours is just gonna put us in such a good spot for a 2-0, I feel now. I really feel we're gonna 2-0 this list that we're versing. Do they have heat wave? I think they do, don't they?
If I'm to die,
Wow.
do so sword in hand.
Go on leader. For what? Wants to go Isengrim or something, or what? That's a fair bit of points to play into.
Time for you to die.
We're passing anyway. I just want to see what they're playing here. It's a fair bit of points, man. It's going to be Isengrim, isn't it? But I feel we've gotten some good things out of them. Like double leaders gone, that's good. They're doing the math. Really?
Aim between the eyes.
Oh no. No, no, no. I think they're fresh to this kind of a list they're playing. That was a suboptimal play. I think they're in a bad spot. Yeah. I think it's opponents first, like, they're getting used to the deck, let's say. I kind of sense that. The sequencing of plays shows me that. But, you know, either way, guys, it's a match. We're going to go for the victory. Okay, yep. GG, my friend. You played well. Alright, my friends. When we hear this theme of music playing and this leader ability, we all start to get anxious. Is it Mill? Let me find out for you, alright? That's what I'm here for. Probably putting that away. Actually missed that, damn it. I should have shuffled that away, guys. That's my error. Well, maybe it's good, because if they're mill, you probably don't want that getting milled either. I think we're starting like this. Alright, let's see how we go. Okay. Well, you know what? Better that get taken than our spear tip. So, man, our hand is like not really that good here, is it?
The heat I cannot bear.
Really not that good. Maybe it's an early pass. We still don't know what kind of a deck this is. Yeah, it is mill.
Time to get our hands dirty.
Okay. So then passing's actually pretty bad.
They're surprisingly clean creatures.
Can't really pass. So do I just play that from hand? It's probably good that I kept this.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
Granth is like a 0-point play from hand anyway. They have no monster units to synergize that with. Maybe we can make them bait out some kind of punish on this. So yeah, we're just playing spear tip from hand then. Yeah, it's good. So if I purify that, could I bait out more locks and more kind of control? We'll just act like we're thinning. Psychology of Gwent, guys. It's the psychology of Gwent you're seeing here. Yes. Yeah, you see? It's good to think outside the box, isn't it? So I probably am playing this now. Imagine the shock they get when I play that now. They wasted their locks. Oh, it's good. Okay. Cool. So let's go for the 2-0. Let's push for it. She Who Knows is really good. Spores for Snowdrop. Passive points. Yeah, it's good. I think we could keep it like this. So we're playing that first for engine value. Let's get that going. Good thing is that we got a lot of their locks out of the way.
Bow, barbarian. Bow low.
I think we should hit Mamuna just before we lose the Griffin value.
A better world.
Okay, it's going to be Koshi leader next.
You'll never get my rhymes out of your head.
So they have Imlerith in hand.
Not all battles need end.
Because they want to synergize that with Snowdrop probably. Because it's drawing a card still. So Snowdrop's going to get a boost.
Not too warm, I trust.
So it's going to be a real good spores value on that then.
Quite the menial task.
The powers I wield were born at the dawn of time.
Matter?
We dance. For young is the night.
Still got 2 Thrive units here, it's nice. Yeah, great.
Who taught you to fight like
Yeah. So we've got our Heat Wave target. We've got our Spores target. They discarded T-Ball, really. So... Wait, this is the better Spores target because that 2 base power. So I just play this now, don't I? So actually their graveyard's better than ours. T-Ball's at 13, it's actually bigger than Spear Tip.
chance. We follow Letho's lead.
Okay. I mean, we've got a lot of tall punish coming up there. So let's use it. Oh. Saving spores. Syrian Nova.
Yield and save me some time.
Okay. Let's have a look. Do you have the points? Yeah, come on, we got this. We got this, guys. Beautiful.
There's nothing worse than a tepid bath.
Great win.